Hello Reformers, and welcome back to Perisno 0.6. Now, when we left off, we had defeated Neighborhood in Mortal Kombat, and we had, well, slightly participated in a siege at Arndal, and now I have moved on to greener pastures, I would hope so at least, and we are now doing battle with Baron Matthias. Now, what I would like to do here is defeat him, preferably without any losses, and then we will head on to the nearby town of Freising and potentially capture it. So, let us do this. Oh yes, okay, so we have 126, they have 88. Now, of course, we are outnumbering them a little bit, but I did notice that they had a couple more elite units than usual. Than we would usually see, at least, with a vassal of his caliber, I would think. And now I have taken one of your advice, or potentially many of your advice, and that is to add a couple more archers onto our contingent here. We did have more archers in our garrison, but I thought, well, let's just take them and see how they do in combat. I'm hoping they'll do a reasonably good job. Now, let's try to get our cavalry following us, shall we? Let's try to do a good job in that regard. And who is that? I don't know who that is, but he has a rather spectacular looking helm, doesn't he? And one of our archers has already been taken down. No, that is not too good. Who is this? Oh, it's a Knight of the Eagle, of course it is. Who else would have such a fancy looking helm? Okay, so I think what we're going to do is take our cavalry down here, and then potentially get a flanking maneuver going on, and then we will charge our infantry in, maybe? Not just yet. Not just yet, but soon. We will soon charge them in. Our Elvery archers and rangers are now doing a reasonable job at weakening our opponents, at least. Ooh, they are getting a little bit skittish, aren't they? They are making sure that they are not going to get flanked too easily. However, they are now charging in, which is... Oh. Oh, no, maybe not. Okay. It appears they are not making up their minds. They were going to charge in, but we made a move to go the other direction. Okay, well, I think we are going to be... No, we are not going to be telling them to follow us, we are going to be charging them in. Yes, there we are. And now our archers will go in, because they are on a hill, so I think they should be alright in terms of being able to stay alive. So, we are now going to be charging around the side with our cavalry units behind us, and dealing some severe damage. Oh yes, there we are, 60 damage to one of those guys. And a little bit to this fellow as well. Maybe I can take him down, actually. Unfortunately not. Not on speed, unfortunately, but hopefully we will make up for it with voracious attacks. Oh, and that guy has a... Ouch. Yeah. I do need to watch out for those fellows. They are known for having incredibly good lancing skill, as you could probably tell. But, oh my, I really do need to watch out for that in future, and maybe not die as a result of it. Yeah, that would probably be a good idea. So, let's just deal with their various reinforcements that they may be getting here, and... Interesting. Okay, well, I suppose if I am going down, then one of our other units will stay alive, so that is one way to look at it, I suppose. And now, one of you did mention that it would be a good idea to get some more Hersiers, rather than only upgrading Huskarls. Well, my main reasoning for getting Huskarls was the fact that we were mainly doing field battles up until that point, and obviously one siege due to Yerbay Castle, but at that point we did have a couple of Hersiers. So nowadays, I will probably, considering we are going to be sieging Freising in just a moment, I will hopefully be upgrading quite a few Hersiers in preparation, as long as some of our units have leveled up. If they have not, then I will not be able to, of course. But we will soon see, won't we? Okay, so we have lost 8 units in that battle, and 3 of those were... Perisno Clerics and Valahir Cigars. So I'm hoping that some of them have leveled up as a result, but you never know. But we will head on, nevertheless, to our looting screen, and then leaving the rest of the items there, as we have no more space, but... Maybe we are lucky enough to have no level ups, unfortunately. Well, it appears that we had minor losses in that fight, and we should be able to head back to Yerbay Castle without too many issues, and then we will rest up and we will head back to Freising once we have rejuvenated. And we are lucky enough to be able to now appoint a constable. So let us do that. Very nice. Okay, well, I will be cutting away, and once we are at 100% strength, I will be heading to Freising. Okay, so here we are. We have now arrived at the nearby town, and we are ready to lead our soldiers in an assault. Now, I am aware that these particular towns do have around 380 soldiers in their garrisons, but as we are rather elite, or at least I would hope to be rather elite, we are going to be trying our best to take it without many losses, or at least if we do have a lot of losses, I would like to make it so that we have weakened them severely enough so that I can head to Yerbe and hopefully get some units out of the garrison there and finish the job with them. So let's just hope that we can actually do that and accomplish our toughest challenge to date. I would think it is the toughest challenge to date, apart from taking on those 176 Huskarl units in Valahir clan lands. So, yes, as you can see at the moment, we're doing a relatively good job because our Valahir Huskarls, Elvery Archers and Rangers, and indeed our Illican Falky Rangers are all doing a reasonable job at taking down their units from range. I am going to be attempting a few melee attacks, but as you can see, usually it does not work out too well. So, yes, I'm going to restrict myself to being rather cautious. Now, I have noticed that there are a couple of units over there, so let's try to take that guy down, maybe. And it appears someone's shooting me from behind, which is not too nice. But maybe I can take down this guy before he shoots me again. Ah, how dare you! There we are, headshot. Oh yes, that's what you get. Okay, come on. Oh, really? How could I miss that? Come on. Yes, there we are. Okay, you really need headshots with crossbows to be able to do a reasonable amount of damage. There we are, 109 damage, very nice. Now, as you can probably see by the text log, we are being hit on our back by a particular archer, whoever it may be, but thankfully we are able to prevent ourselves from taking unnecessary damage in that case. And there is a nice headshot right there, around the corner. I am not able to curve bolts, but I'm doing a reasonable job at it. And I think... how many units do they have now? 103, is that? Yeah, I think so. You know, I think I may want to employ a tactic that many of you have told me about in the past, but I have not done, because some of you do like to see the entire siege, and usually I would not employ tactics such as this, but seeing as this particular case is rather unique in terms of us being completely outnumbered, I think we might want to employ it, and that is to retreat from this. I know, it sounds very weird, but we're going to retreat from this, use our archers to their fullest effect until they are out of arrows. I think they are currently out of arrows, maybe? No. Some of them are still firing away here, but not many of them. And once these fellows have stopped shooting, we retreat, and then we head back in, after we have rejuvenated, of course, a little bit as well. Now, we have lost a couple of units here, but nothing too severe, but we have taken out, as you can see, 73, or 74 technically, of the enemy's units, and without too many losses. So I think what we might want to do is try out that tactic at least once, because I have actually never used it in any siege, I believe at least, that I have done. So it appears to me that that is probably going to be the most tactically sound maneuver, and we will be doing that. Your party gains 28 morale, very nice indeed. So we will now prepare ladders once again. Let's hope that we are not interrupted along the way by any potential interloping vassals that may be wandering around here. Thankfully, no. They are not appearing out of the woodwork, and we are able to lead our soldiers once again in an assault. Now, I know one of you told me that the HDR settings in the video options of the game do prevent this snow issue from occurring, but I do have my HDR on low, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but there we are. It is just something that we'll have to deal with for now, as we do have a rather nice sky and sun, with a few clouds in the sky as well. So let's just make sure that we are in a good position here. I will be moving our cavalry behind the archers, and oh, it appears that some of our Elvery archers are being taken out, which is rather unfortunate. But it's just something we have to live with, and maybe we'll have to head to Redwood Nation lands in just a moment to recruit a couple more of those. But as you can see, this is a war of attrition, basically, and what you want to do, obviously, is let all of your archers the most amazing efficiency when it comes to taking out the enemy units, as we are not losing any in return. So let's just hope that we can actually make this work. It seems like the potentially easiest way to take a fief that you are outnumbered on, but of course it could be construed as being a little, well, a little too easy and simple, perhaps. Although, I don't know whether I really want to send my units in, considering they are going to be dying relatively quickly. And I don't want to... oh, yes. I don't want to take unnecessary damage, and I don't want them to die unnecessarily either. So I'm hoping that we can use our archers as much as possible. Oh, no, no! Oh. How did that happen? There must be some treacle or some oil on the ramp. Oh, no. Okay, well... wait a minute. 84 units? Should we send our infantry in a little bit? I'm actually wondering here. It might be an idea, although some of these units do look rather fiendish. Do you see that fellow on the right there with the horns on his helmet? That is... yeah, very menacing indeed. I'm not entirely looking forward to going up there. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let us send our units in, send our infantry, and why do I want them to hold fire? Wow, that was a little bit strange. Okay, well, there we are. Fire at will, thank you. And we will let our infantry head up here, and if we start to take too many losses, I will be retreating once again, and we will attempt to weaken them severely enough so that we can then head in with our infantry and assail the battlements. But it appears at the moment that our Valahir clan units are doing a reasonable job, so I don't really need to worry just yet, maybe. We will see. Oh, we're losing a few now. Oh, I'm trying to take out that guy behind the small battlement there, the turret. Oh no. Yes, we're losing quite a few. That's not too good. However, I was able to acquire a headshot right there. Not too bad. Oh, new enemies have arrived. How many? 119. Okay, I think we probably will be retreating now. And as a result of this, I will be cutting away because I would like to rest up a little bit. So I will wait until tomorrow, and then we will be heading in with our new batch of ladders. Okay, once again we are now ready, so let us head in. And as you can see, I did not wait until I was fully rejuvenated, because I did head off to Yerbe Castle very quickly indeed to hopefully get a couple more archers to help us out here. So hopefully we will be seeing the results of their efforts in just a moment once they are in a good position. So let us move our infantry a little bit closer to the ladders, because I am going to be probably going all in here and taking as many losses as I need to, because I think retreating twice is really good enough, and we did take out a reasonable amount of units in that time. I believe we took out 100 units, which is not too bad, I have to say. So once we have sufficiently pelted them with as many arrows as our archers have in their quivers, we will then be heading out and up the ladder with our infantry by our side. Now, of course, we do have some of these Perisno clerics and pilgrims, and I'm hoping that they will stay alive long enough for them to level up rather considerably, because one of you mentioned in a private message to me that they level up into some incredible units, and it would be wonderful to have potentially around 40 to 50 of those. So if we are able, I will be attempting to take a lot more Perisno pilgrims in the future, and of course rescue them. Hopefully that will be the case in any situation. However, if we are going to succeed in taking this town, we do have the possibility of being awarded some Divine Aethelings. Now, these Divine Aethelings are, of course, I believe, a part of the Macavia nobility. Now, they are the special units that you can acquire if you are part of Macavia, as we know in the previous version that I was playing of Perisno. And yes, fortunately our wife, or technically our previous wife, had access to Divine Aethelings, and she had around 50, I believe, 50 to 60 in her army, and so she was basically unstoppable. But yes, that was rather cool to see, I must admit. Now, I believe we do have access to noble units now that we have a castle. They are Thanes, I believe, and if we are able to at least take this, then I think we will have enough cash to be able to pull off maybe recruiting a couple of them, because as you saw in the previous episode, they are very expensive indeed, and I only have 2,600 coins remaining, and I believe they cost 1,000 each. So yes, they are obviously incredibly deadly for how much money they actually cost, but hopefully they will not die too quickly as well. So yes, I think the one thing I would really like to do is maybe speak to our Chancellor potentially, and then put in 1,000 coins to our treasury, if we do have one, that is, and then I would recruit one Thane and take a look at his stats, because I can imagine that his stats would be absolutely godlike, and it would be wonderful to take a look at them. So, as I said before, we have now, I believe, spent all of our ammunition, so I will be telling our infantry and cavalry to charge in. And I think some of our archers could probably charge in as well, but I will not charge them in at the same time as the infantry and cavalry. We will wait and see how well our infantry and cavalry do. As you can see, I think they are out of ammunition. It appears that they are, but some of these fellows are very well equipped. Why is this fellow an archer? Okay, we need to change that. And why are my Valahir Herseers actually archers as well? That is a little strange. Okay, I need to change that, I believe. But yes, we do have some Herseers apparently. I am not entirely sure when I got those, but apparently I did have some. And they were just standing at the back here doing nothing at all. So yes, we do need to keep an eye out for those, because I am known for randomly placing units into our army whenever I start an episode, because I usually do like to wait at our castle, make sure our morale is full, and then I will randomly take as many units as I like. Of course, I do try to make it the highest tier units that we have, so that we have the greatest chance of being able to succeed in many of the endeavors that I try, but sometimes we are not lucky enough to succeed where failure is abundant. Oh yes. So, seeing as I do have a ranged weapon, I will be attempting to take down some of these guys with my crossbow. And thank you for many of your comments on the Axbow ammunition that I pointed out in the previous episodes. I am wanting to try that out, because I believe it is usable in a crossbow apparently. So maybe in the previous version of Perisno, I believe that was 0.5, we did have a look at one of the weapons that actually uses those axebows, but maybe it was a unique weapon that you have to get from a quest. So yes, we'll have to try and see whether we can find that. All I really want to do at the moment is head over to the town north of this town, and I have, for the life of me, forgotten the name of it. Not entirely sure why, but it is one of the Reichs towns, and I am hoping that I will be able to acquire the Illican quest there, because I believe one of the devs told me that you can find an Illican quest there, and I would be overjoyed to find that and potentially gain the rewards from that as well, because as you saw from the Red Immortal quest, you gain huge and very, very powerful rewards from that. So maybe the Illican will be a similar situation. But as you can see, our units are fighting tooth and nail up there, and oh, I was unfortunate enough to not be able to hit that. Come on. Ah, yes, I'm just hitting the sky at the moment, and not too good. Okay, guys, come on. We need to get in there. Oh, we've already taken down 200 of their units? Wow, okay. Apparently, our infantry is a lot better than our archers, that is for sure. Because, as you saw, our archers took out, what was it, 100 before, but I had to retreat twice, so that is a little strange. I was thinking that our archers would at least do a little bit better than that, because the majority of them are from the Redwood Nation. And as we know, the Redwood Nation is known for elven archery, and that is incredible. Or at least I would hope it would be. So, yes, I'm wondering, are we going to be awarded reinforcements as well? I think we are, because we haven't actually had reinforcements yet. And we have 77 remaining to take out. Now, I believe that is the end of the enemies, and this guy is completely vibrating in front of us right here. A little bit amusing right there. Okay, come on, guys. We just need to get in there. You need to spread out. Oh, my. Okay, well, I will be using the nearby soldiers command, and I will be telling most of them to head back down here, so that we can actually clear a path, so that I can get up there. It would be wonderful if I could actually get some combat in this episode. I know we had some in the field battle, but I was taken out, so that was a little bit unfortunate, but never mind. We will attempt our very best, and let's just take a look what's going on up. Yeah. Let's just take a look what's going on up here, I was going to say. Now, any other person would probably cut away at that point to prevent themselves from looking like a fool, but not me. I will never do that. Of course, unless I am disappointed with the results. But yes, you know me, I do like to fall off ledges and crowd surf at any opportunity. And yeah, of course, I do not really like to take that much damage, but nevertheless, I am up here. And I will now tell the rest of our units to charge in. I am not entirely sure who they are, though. So I will just charge in everyone, basically. So let us now head in over to this fellow. What's he doing? Okay, I shot you. That's what you get. And... really? Okay. This game does not like me today for some reason. Okay, well, he's going to get taken out. Yeah, that's what you get. Oh, yes. Okay, well... apparently, me dying in every single battle so far has been a source of good luck for our units, apparently. So, maybe I have some sort of magical charm that I am equipping, and whenever I die, I heal our units amazingly, or some sort of magical gift to our forces. Yes, that's definitely it. It's not my incompetence whatsoever. Do not even say it. No. Okay, so we have 16 renown, and we gained 33 morale as well. Oh my. So yes, there we are. We amazingly took out 300 units. So that is pretty nice, I have to admit. And we were failing to capture any of the vassals there either. So that is a little unfortunate. However, as you can see here, we have Divine Aethelings, which is what I was talking about previously. And we are able to take them, of course. So, I also will be taking these Machiavellian Black Knights. I believe they are very high level. And now I will take some Freelancer Knights, Illica Falchi Rangers. I have a feeling that I am going to run out of space very quickly indeed. I was thinking I was going to lose a lot more units in that fight, but it appears not. So we're probably going to have a couple of issues here. I will be losing this, and there's another hearse here for us. We have 4 of those now, and we have 8 Huskarls. Okay, that's pretty nice. Okay, I think what we're going to do is, considering these archers are incredible in melee, but they're not so good at range, I am going to be releasing those because all of these units right here are just so much better, and I think we need the power boost at the moment to be able to deal with any potential attackers to this town. So let's try to get these knights, and these riders, and the hunters as well. I don't know, really. I would like those Myrmidons, to be honest, so let's get those. Yeah, okay, I think that's pretty nice. I would like to take that, to be honest, but... yeah, let's do that. Let's take that guy. Oh, there's a Valahir Huskarl! Really? I actually nearly missed that. Okay, that would have been absolutely terrible. You probably all would have been saying in the comments, hey, you missed that guy. You need to take him. Okay, so thankfully I was able to spot him without being completely blind, but there we are. We are able to take a full amount of our units right there, and then head on. So, what do we get here? Blue-bladed axe. Huh. Well, it's not piercing damage, which is a little unfortunate, but nevertheless, it does have a bonus against shields. This can crush through blocks, though, which is what I am incredibly happy about with it. So, yeah, I think we'll leave it at that. And there we are. We have actually leveled up, I believe. And now we will request that Freysing be awarded to us. However, I do believe that King Ingveld will most likely say, oh no, I've already given you a fief very, very recently, and yes, I'm unlikely to give you another one, so maybe that is what will be the case here. However, we can but dream, can we not? So let us try, shall we? Okay, so seeing as I have quite a few pieces of loot, and we are incredibly in need of funds, I am going to be selling most of the loot that we have here. So let's just try as best we can to sell this and not sell anything that is useful. There we are. Okay, I think that's fine. We can sell this rotten chicken, though. Not entirely sure why I have chicken on me in the first place, but nevertheless, we will be buying some additional food here. And we're going to be receiving 1,655 orums. I was hoping for a little bit more, but we will hopefully be able to... Oh! Ransom Broker! Yes! This is good. Okay, so now one of you has actually told me a while ago, I do apologize for not getting to this sooner, but one of you told me that you can hire slaves from these ransom brokers and you can actually train them up to be very powerful units indeed. So we will be taking a look at that in just a moment, but I will be selling my prisoners first off. 160 dinars, really? I couldn't have captured anyone a little bit more powerful, could I? No. Okay, well, let's take a look here. Great, you can buy them cheap for 200 orums each. My slaves do not come cheap with proper training. They may become professional warriors. Wow. Okay. Let's do that. Expensive? That's nothing. I'll buy them. Yes. What? Have a look at my men. Never mind. What's going on here? I'll buy them. Yes? Why does he... Oh. Okay. It's because we have a full... garrison, isn't it? Yes. We have a full party, so that is probably the reason why he's not telling us anything about that. Unfortunate. But, as I was saying previously, while we were in the siege, I would like to take a look at the Divine Aetheling's stats. So let's take a look at that. I'm pretty sure we've taken a look at their stats previously, but it might be nice just to take a look at it once again. Look at this. Absolutely amazing. Now, I would like to take a look at... There we are. Their gear, and this is the axe bow I was talking about. We need to get one of these, and then we'll be able to use these axe bow axes to shoot them, I suppose. So yes, these guys are incredible, and one of you did tell me that the Divine Aethelings use these weapons, so that is very nice indeed. Thank you for that. So there we are. We are going to potentially be ending this episode off here now. I have a feeling that I will need to magic up a little bit of funds from our treasury, because I do believe we have some money in there. If we do not, however, I will be in a very tight spot indeed, and I'm not entirely sure how we are going to manage it. But before we go, we are going to be leveling up Scout, and we will level up an additional strength point for him and some iron flesh. Why not? And considering we may be using that axe bow, and it appears to be a crossbow, we will be leveling up our crossbow proficiency a little bit more as well. So, I thank you for watching our incredibly audacious siege on Freysing, and amazingly enough being able to pull it off. So, I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.